I got off stage recently. Someone came and told me, "Hey Masoom, you just bombed on stage." And I was like, "Mother Joe, that is not even feedback."
That's and you don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, I can hear my audio and I can figure out what went right and wrong. And you know what the problem is? In my head, I wasn't bombing. In my head, I was like, these are new jokes. Ye chala, ye nahi chala. We'll figure it out later.
Breaking it down as per feedback.
Yes. He's like, you sucked.
He's using it synonymously.
Now the thing is, जिस पे laugh आया, now I'm underconfident about that also. I'm like,
I mean, honestly, this should be the note of your life existence. You know, that we are starting this episode on also. Just have less coffee. Anything that makes you jittery and overthink and overanalyze. But you are one of the best people to overthink and overanalyze stuff with. That is also a problem, Masoom. Right?
Which is why we got the coffee.
Exactly.
yeah, man. I hope this works this episode.
This is our Shakespearean hemlock version where we are spiking his drink in order to get a part of his personality out.
This is being spiked so that I don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
The other way around.
This is the opposite of roofing. That is what we are doing.
We're kind of having an interrogation. Speak.
Yeah.
Like, keep him awake and speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guest for this episode is the ultra awake Masoom Rajwani. A very funny comic, usually has his funny compass pointing true north, and it's
Moral compass is everywhere around though.
हाँ नहीं moral compass
All over the place, man.
उसका तो magnetism भी नहीं है कुछ और ही हो रहा है उधर. It's existing in vacuum. उसका नहीं बात कर रहा, but funny compass is pointing true north, and it's a rarity. You know, tragically enough, to have that in what is the comedy scene. All right, so please welcome Masoom Rajwani, guys. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much.
It's always good to have this much amount of applause only for our egos.
The benefit of doubt.
Yes. I have spoken about doubt a lot with you from time to time, okay? And sometimes I have noticed that we tend to almost nourish each other's anxieties regarding the future
my God,
of
yes.
it all right? Like, how weird of a crisis it is that you feel in your head, and how alien does it make you feel to others? You know, like the
crisis in my head?
The crisis in your head regarding the future of how it will pan out. Will it pan out, not pan out? So many things influencing it.
I've sort of made my peace with it. I'm just like, especially with work, I'm just like, मेरे को नहीं बेचना है 20,000 30,000 ticket. I just need to sell enough tickets for the show to not get cancelled, and that makes my day go well. So if I'm selling 12 tickets, then I know I'm fine. और मेरे को पता है I might not be great, but I know I'm not that bad कि मैं 12 टिकट नहीं बेच पाऊंगा. That is how I'm looking at it. I'm like, अगर मैं 12 टिकट रोज बेच रहा हूँ ना, तो मुझे महीने में मेरे को लगता है कुछ 300-400 टिकट बेचना पड़ेगा, and 300-400 टिकट मैं बेच लूंगा लाइफ में. If I have to do this for a lifetime, if I have 40 more years to do stand up, मैं रोज का इतना मिनिमम बेच ही लूंगा. Because right now I'm happy getting on stage every day. Now the next, it's like मेरे को भूखा नहीं मरना, वो मैंने अचीव कर लिया. The next is मुझे मेरे टेस्ट का खाना खाना है. That is 10-12 people. उसके बाद if I achieve that, then that's मेरे को भी बुफे खाना है, रोज सुशी खाना है, पोक चॉप खाना है. Yeah, right now मैं वो unrealistic aim नहीं रखा है कि मेरे को 700 सीटर बेचना है.
True. That definitely helps.
Yeah,
I mean, मैं तो उतना आगे का सोच भी नहीं रहा था.
I look at it this way. If I'm bombing, if I'm asked to do an hour and I'm fucking eating it on stage, I need to have another half an hour, 45 minutes to back it up so that I can stand on stage for an hour. Because when you bomb, your material fucking rushes like... It's time travel. Yes. So if I am being asked to do X number of minutes on stage, I should be able to deliver that. That is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am writing every day and I'm like, मेरा ये minimum aim है, मेरे को ये achieve करना है. That's...
It's incredibly important to have that absurd goal. You know, even for me...
shat on so much.
Every day to have...
क्या लौड़े तेरे को 12 टिकट बेचने का है लाइफ में? How is that your
हाँ नहीं आज के लिए बेचने का है.
Yeah. And the point is that if I fixate about tomorrow today, then it just becomes like a mental gymnastic that I don't want to go through.
Yeah.
Why do those cartwheels of creating stuff unnecessarily in your head?
I've made my peace. I'm like, मेरे को पता है. I plan. I go day by day. I wake up. I write, and I'm like, मेरे को शाम को ये joke try करने. If I am trying whatever I've written today, that's a productive day. That is it. कल लिखेंगे तब देखेंगे. कल का मैं आज decide नहीं कर रहा हूँ. If I'm unable to write anything tomorrow, then that's a problem of tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't decide that today.
Yeah. And I can't burden my today with it.
Yeah.
It's the idea of just going ahead and breaking down how you experience time, just makes life so much easy. But you are always programmed to do the opposite with it, which is so irritating. Like most of my 30s are now being spent in deprogramming whatever I believe in.
Yes. Unlearning fucking takes a while, dude.
Learning happens quickly. 10वीं हो गया, 12वीं हो गया, ये हो गया. Unlearning is just, oh my God. Like their whole approach was faulty in this manner.
You learn to smoke very easily. करके cigarette पीना है. But then you're just standing अकेले बारिश में. With no cigarette in your hand. Because you're fucking used to it.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, to do that. And as far as anxiety about the future is concerned, your whole programming of life is just based on it. You're just told by your parents because it's almost like there is a lack of belief in the surviving of life.
Yeah.
Like if you don't do these things, buddy, done.
Dude, our parents still look at us as toddlers कि अगर कल वो मर गए तो हम लोगों को खाना वाना ढूंढने को नहीं पता है and we are going to die in 6 hours after them.
To be honest, like हम लोग कभी भी ऐसा what do you say capability का signs उनके सामने दिखाता नहीं है.
Yeah.
Like you're responsible when you're on your own.
Yes.
But when you're in front of your parents, you're just like, please खाना दे दो ना. Like you will go and ask them कि you are the adults. Like for us, they're still the adults.
Yeah, dude, that's how I still look at life like that कि बड़े लोग sex करते.
Yeah.
I started fucking. Alright, I've been having but in my mind I'm like बड़े लोग sex करते. Which is very weird.
Just, now when you look at like 17, 18-year-olds, you just don't know how to process their existence.
Yes.
मैं कुछ तो ये there's some anime movie that is released और मैं बस check out करने गया because मैंने season देखा था and movie था. I look back मैं like सब 15-16 साल का बच्चे लोग and I'm just like oh fuck मैं oldest है ये room
yeah. And you feel it immediately. When you're the black sheep because of age, you are aware of it. You immediately feel out of loop.
It's like a man going into ladies' washroom.
I belong here even what is going on?
I hope I haven't been there.
And dude वो लोग का नजर भी मेरे तरफ ऐसा जा रहा है कि
ये अपना बच्चा ड्रॉप करने आया क्या? Why is he here, man?
Yeah.
Because I think the biggest thing to unlearn is that only that now you are an old person.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're unlearning. Like, now you're not the youngest person in the room. Now you're not the person who people look back to ठीक है क्या? Like now they're expecting you कि हाँ तू संभाल ले खुद का.
मेरे को अभी randomly भैया और अंकल के बीच में switch किया जाता है.
हाँ.
And I don't
mid
like
conversation ना?
Yeah. I don't like it, dude.
It's like they're checking okay which is more offensive to him. I'll pick that one.
Also, how maturely is he talking? Like अगर मैं चल के अपने कार की तरफ जा रहा हूँ then he'll be like अंकल साइड हटो ना. बट अगर मैं उन लोग के साथ क्रिकेट चालू करना खेलना चालू किया अरे भैया बॉल लेके लौड़े जॉब नहीं है तेरे पास देखो अंकल नहीं बुला रहे.
तू मेरे को बिना पूछे चेंज किया अपना ट्रांजैक्शन तू बदला है और सडनली वो अटका है मेरे को खनका है.
That is when भैया sounds like चूतिया. Like after it comes out from uncle.
Dude, when someone jobless starts disrespecting you because you're jobless, that is very hurtful. I'm like, you're not even qualified to have a job. I don't have a job because the economy is going down. You're a fucking 6th standard loser जिसको maths नहीं आता है और तू मेरे को भैया बुला रहा है mid conversation.
I don't think you should be trying to defend unemployment in front of children for no reason, Masoom.
I get defensive very easily.
Get defensive, but not about unemployment.
Well, you know what you can do when the economy is going down? Start a business where you put children to work. The way out.
I mean that is when child labor is up for debate. Okay, when the economy is going down and you're like, at least
it makes the most economical sense.
Yes.
Everything is small sized.
Yeah.
Wages से लेके खाना से लेके space से
लेके. I can't believe when the economy is going down, the best business is to promise people to give them jobs. everyone will fall for it.
Yes, that's the most like it's like
Yes.
in times of drought you have Bisleri.
Yes.
You have the gold mine. buddy.
बिस्लरी भी नहीं, मैं तेरे को बिस्लरी का उम्मीद बेच रहा हूँ
हाँ
कि एक टाइम
पोस्टर लगा है दुकान के बाहर. That is it.
YouTube का ads देख, everything is promising you money. Rummy, Dream11, तेरा ये क्या बोलते हैं उसको, guys ये skill सीखिए इससे आपको
हाँ,
guarantee
नहीं
job
तो इसमें
मिलेगा,
कैशबैक आएगा कहीं ना कहीं से पैसा.
Dude, एक तो ad best था, एक बंदा फोन लेके नोट का फैन, he's made a fan of 2000. ये मैंने एक दिन में कमाया है, मैं आपको ये सीक्रेट बता सकता हूँ. Just that's it. He's just repeating that.
I remember जब ये लॉकडाउन लगा था ना, तभी फर्स्ट वेव के टाइम पे there was a migrant worker that died. Alright, उसकी वाइफ मर गई और very infant child, 2-3 साल का बच्चा बाजू में बैठ के खेल रहा है, not aware that the mom is dead. It was all over fucking.
Oh yeah, that picture went viral. I
Yes,
remember
station,
that.
railway station वाला.
Yeah.
मेरे को ये न्यूज़ पूरा पढ़ने का था क्या है, तो मैंने इसका वीडियो खोला और वीडियो के पहले ऐड आया लाइफ इंश्योरेंस का. दिस इज शेमलेस मैन.
This is where you know AI is involved.
Yes.
That of course.
You read up things.
Algorithm has made the choice.
ये लेकिन मेरे को AI का समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, सॉरी एल्गोरिथम का समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि मेरे को ये पोकर रमी का ऐड कि पैसा कमाओ का भी ऐड आ रहा है और ये कैटो ऐड भी आ रहा है.
हाँ.
कि पैसा दो, तो तू मेरे को अमीर समझते कि गरीब समझता है, वो मेरे को पता ना.
उसको मालूम है तू मोमेंट में इतना इनसिक्योर है कि तू बदलते रहेगा. You know, that is what you get. And sometimes it is very random. मैं YouTube Premium लिया क्योंकि मैं गाना सुन रहा है, प्लेलिस्ट यू नो चालू कर रहा है, उसके पहले keto.org का ये ऐड आता है एंड देयर आर ओनली सो मेनी टाइम्स आई कैन हियर द cry for a
मेरी माँ बुढ़ी है, 80 साल बच्चे के पास आँख नहीं है. I'm just like
like you can't tell me like, especially if you are telling the fellow is an alcoholic and then he needs a new liver. I'm not giving money, dude.
As if my ex hasn't ruined enough songs for me. अभी तुम ad डाल के ये भी खराब करोगे.
It's not even necessary. Why bring
Fucking
poverty?
hate it. Dude, I've made it a policy. If I get into a relationship or I like someone, I'm not sharing my playlist with you because
It's difficult. It gets tainted.
Yeah,
post relationship,
dude,
it gets tainted.
This is how fucking weird it is. I liked someone for a brief period of time. All right, I told her, see, this is a rare song, acoustic song that I found. All right, 9,000 views on YouTube. गाना है ऑनलाइन 6 साल से. ठीक है, 400 लाइक्स है गाने पे. उसमें से 2 जन है, वो और मैं. That is how rare it is. And now we don't talk. So I can't listen to that rare song, man.
You're just afraid to leave a comment.
Yeah,
Because
I'm just
it's a
like,
good
पढ़ रही है तो वापस आ जा.
No, because there's always like with music and whatnot, it has an Easter egg of memory with it. Like if I listen to Boney M, I remember my dad when he was just listening to it. कि audio cassette रहता था और Rasputin मुलुंड में किधर तो बज रहा है भेंचोद. But that's the memory that immediately I'll be like, oh yeah, transistor, audio cassette, all of that comes very quickly to you.
But तुम माँ बाप के बारे में, whenever you think of parents, even in a nostalgic sense, you always have, oh, I miss them. It never plants in seeds of doubts. Because गाने के lyrics में ना, they are just like, oh, maybe she cheated, and I'm like, did she? ये तो singer बोल के गया, but now the doubt is in my head.
I'm correlating with the song too much, and what the fuck is everything exactly as? That is a weird thing.
Someone asked me, have you cheated or have you been cheated on? I was like, I've never cheated, I've never been cheated on. And they were like, how do you know? You've never? I'm just like, wow, I don't know, man.
It's basic psych 101 that you don't fuck around with. You're like, fuck you, dude. Like, because there's no proper comeback to it. Nah, it's not like I can say, yeah, I know for sure that I haven't been cheated on. I really don't know. My best guess is I haven't been.
Yes, my best guess.
Like for what? I would like to believe that I have not been cheated on.
Yeah, and then all these thoughts come up that while you were in a relationship, you thought of someone else while masturbating.
Yeah.
So if you can go till there, the other person can take a step further and it's a downward spiral.
No, I created that border for myself with wanking off. Like I removed that from the equation. It's not part of the conversation. No. There's no feeling attached to it, dude. That is it. I just need to rub one out once. Like that is it. There's nothing more to it. Like don't bring this into the equation of loyalty.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with fidelity. I would never see this woman ever. I promise you.
I've been jerking off before I realized what emotions were.
Yeah.
So clearly. There is no dude, what? I was 12.
You're young.
I never
dude.
liked anyone, man. 12 standard is like 7th standard or something.
Yeah,
So
7th
12 years old.
standard
Yeah.
is when you're like, yeah, okay. You know, I know
मेरे को इतना पता, मेरे को मेरे माँ बाप पसंद थे.
हाँ.
Because वो लोग हर साल नया यूनिफॉर्म खरीदते थे और रोज खाना देते थे. That's what it was, a very transactional love. मेरे को उसके ज़्यादा समझता ही नहीं था.
Yeah, and 7th standard also you don't know anything, dude. You just know your body's doing shit and that's it. And that just continues for guys throughout. It's just something that people are not able to wrap their head around.
Yeah.
But people have, like there are legit, for men, pornography has made it everywhere. You know, it has made it everywhere. Like if you go to wars, like you look at what the soldiers used to carry, like, you know, in wars and what, they'll carry like a pin-up girl ka photo, you know.
Really?
Yeah, or like a cutout of magazines and stuff
Something
like that.
to get them going.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that you just want to believe in something nice in the world.
Dude, that is so true that the video game Metal Gear Solid has got like a way of distracting soldiers is by throwing a dirty magazine at them. That's what you do.
And that is where you realize video games are a different world altogether. Where the idea of what you sexualize, how you present it in a game-like format is so absurd that you can't wrap your head around it. You know?
I went to the doctor recently. Ek to I do stand-up. Never been in professional workplace. Never done a job. Always a freelance writer. Did stand-up. And have been watching porn for like 10-12 years.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor for a general checkup and the doctor checked my crotch.
Just give three different pieces of information.
I want to know how this...
Yeah. I'll connect it. Don't worry. The doctor checked my crotch. He's like, everything working? And I was like, yeah, I jerk off and I orgasm and all. And he's like, oh, you masturbate and you ejaculate properly. And that's when I realized, oh, doctor लोग के सामने jerk off होगा नहीं. Because मैं कभी ऐसा बात ही नहीं किया. मैं stage पे ऐसा बात किया है, दोस्त लोग से ऐसा बात किया. I forget that there are scientific doctor terms.
Like the doctor has to write it in an email.
Yes,
no,
yes. You can't be like, my dickhead hurts.
you can't be that.
Terms for it, man.
It's called something in Greek or Latin. It's called something.
So how it happened was, मैं गया, उसने बोला lay down on the bed. I laid down and the doctor was looking at me and I was looking at the doctor and the doctor was like, remove your pants.
Yeah.
Because जो भी मेरा world view है वो porn से है.
Yeah.
तो मेरे दिमाग में डॉक्टर बेल्ट खोलेगा और पैंट नीचे करेगा एग्जामिन करने को. मेरे को 2 मिनट तक रियलाइज ही नहीं हुआ कि मेरे को करना रहता है और ये porn जैसा नहीं रहता है.
Yeah.
So I had to pull my pants down.
Also, you feel like medical इसमें मैं क्या ही करूँगा?
Yeah.
Like I
was just like तेरे पास सब expertise है. तो तू कर दे को जो करना है.
The best I can do is lie down. Like you tell me what. That is it.
If you know how to cure a problem in my body, you definitely know how to unhook my belt. Just do it yourself. But that's when I realized, dude, I came across as a fucking pervert in that clinic.
Yeah.
एक तो मैं jerk off बोला, मैं बोला ये belt उतार. I'm just like, I need to unlearn all these things now.
Yeah, like you
have to learn things. This is not something you unlearn.
But I have to unlearn whatever I learned from porn and then.
Yeah, like pleasure myself. That would be the vocabulary.
Yes.
You know, ki when I do that, yes, I ejaculate well.
Yes.
You know, because make it that.
I have unprotected sex. Can't be like I dumped a load in.
But no, because then you're visualizing it for me. You're making it like I don't want to imagine you fucking or you jerking off.
Yeah.
Just tell, oh, you masturbate? Okay, so it's still like a professional
safe
setting.
wall. Yes.
There's a professional setting.
Yeah.
Because it is there are people who have weird fixations with it. You know, fetishes have always interested me in a way. Because the choices of fetishes are they're such a psychological, great like peep into you, who you are as a person also. Like, you know, like if somebody is only into feet, why? Like, you know.
Yeah, I always am curious why, but I never have an answer.
Yeah, even I don't. But it's interesting to think, like, you know, what makes fetishes even exist? Where you're like, there's a peak orgasm for me and this is not it. You know, like involve feathers and oh my god, like, you know.
Yes.
You
stuff
think there
like
is
that.
somebody who has the fetish of listening to that ejaculate and
I'm sure.
ASMR
yeah.
Just professional conversation.
Professional conversations. Like
Yes.
clean, give me clean porn.
Are you guys aware there's something called as audio porn?
No.
Oh, मेरे को भी नहीं पता था. A fellow comic told me 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
So what? You just imagine,
So
visualize.
a person narrates you a scene and you imagine that.
So it's erotica ka audiobook.
Yeah.
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah.
See, now you are making it too big a part of your life. Like there's audio visual this. Why do you want to go with levels to like I
But-
appreciate the
But the thing is,
You're taking stuff away from a blind person. I
no.
think.
Imagination used to be fun until we got access to internet.
Yeah.
Now we are dependent on internet, but we
Oh,
do
yeah.
realize that imagination used to be fun.
yeah.
So now there is internet,
Yeah.
plus you have the liberty to imagine.
Yeah.
Like you have the story being told, but shakal
So
tu
this
decide
is
karega.
True,
organic. This is organic.
Yeah,
one.
it is. It
like,
is.
this is what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
And then we added extra shit to it.
It's like organic farming. मेरे को पता है बैंगन कैसा दिखेगा, but मैं shape दे रहा हूँ.
It's like a GMO jerk off. You know? Like, nobody wants that, dude. Hard.
You have to be really addicted to things to get deep into this, like to reach audio porn and all.
Yeah. Or just the fact that
Achha, audio.
Yeah.
you just you've gone through, you have cycled through the basic
Yeah,
stuff.
you have seen the brochure
Yeah.
and you are like मेरे को ये पसंद है. Page 7.
हाँ मतलब मेरे को सीधा उधर जाने है, मेरे को और किधर नहीं जाने
No, I
का.
think it's starting out from a different point. Then maybe for some people that's the only thing. Like everything that the world offered was just not good from the get go only. Maybe like they were just making do. I don't think there's like a level to it. Sometimes people just start at the wrong end of the table.
I always look at people's kinks and I'm like, maybe I haven't explored enough.
Huh.
You know,
Yes.
maybe I am also different. I won't say fucked in the head, but different.
Yeah, but like see, for example, some things I'm very clear about, like an orgy. I don't know. I know that much about myself that I'm not an orgy guy. Like I wouldn't be looking forward to experimenting in that manner. Where they're just like, you know, a lot of people fucking around in the room.
Yeah, when
with
half
me.
the people you want to kick first rather than
Yeah, because everybody's not fucking at the same pace also. You know,
Yeah.
like somebody's already started while somebody's involved in foreplay and this and that, and you want sex to be so intimate that you're involved in it that you don't want, you know.
If I am ever at an orgy, I would take that person to the bathroom or somewhere else where I can find seclusion.
find like a if nothing else under the couch somewhere where we are out of normal eyesight.
You think at least one person in the orgy is just getting irritated by the interruptions. Like someone else's sex is like an
But there has to be
interruption
one person who's fucking pure out of ego कि वो better कर रहा है और मेरे को उससे और better कर रहा है.
Yeah. Oh, and that would be such a horrible thing because then the enjoyment part has gone out.
Yeah,
now you're
now
competing.
Yeah.
No.
Mostly you're competing only.
Yeah, but not with the person in the room, right? You're
It's-
competing with their idea of who their ex might be or whatever else if you're that fucked in the head.
Because you have been told that the other person also needs to have an orgasm. You can't be shameless about it.
Yeah.
So that plays some role. You
Yeah.
can't be like,
Yeah.
हो गया?
Yeah.
You have to be like-
as a guy,
That's
you need to
courtesy,
learn
no?
tricks. You need to learn
That's
tricks.
courtesy.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
That's courtesy. But for the longest time, there was no courtesy.
Achha.
Just men used to just get done and they're like, हो गया अभी.
Yeah, but we gave like, no, of course we didn't give dildos, but the point is that it was there. Like we almost like, we were like, come on, like I'm giving you like a version of use it. You know, it became that. It
These are
became
your
that.
opinions. We choose to
No, this
disassociate.
this
Wondering where is it going?
this no, I
We
tried
gave,
to
we
see.
gave what? We gave money, gave what?
No,
What was saying men used
the
to-
idea of an orgasm was a mutually assured orgasm. You know, that sort of a thing is a new age phenomenon.
This just
Yeah.
sounds like a mutual fund ka NAV itna milega.
No, because that's the whole point. Because see, if I'm thinking as a woman, all right, I'm not getting it.
What
I'm
a
not getting
risky
off.
slope, huh? What a risky statement to start off with.
Yeah.
I'm thinking as a woman.
Yeah, that's
No,
why
but I
I
trust
also
him when he's saying that.
that's why I also said if, you know, if like it's still ambiguous. But the idea is that at least if I'm involved in sex, I would like the idea of getting off as well. Like, you know, if the guy just gets off and I'm not, I'll be like, buddy, what the hell? So you are competing with that idea. But for that, you just need to learn tricks. Like, guys just need to be more open about it with other, like, just give each other fucking manuals. Like, dude, this is how you fucking
skill development.
Yeah,
Yeah,
skill
yeah,
development.
Refresher
dude.
course every
Yeah.
9 months.
If
or
you're
something.
more open about what you're into, the chances of you
Yeah. And it's more about that communication also, na, that if you don't have somebody who's ready to be open and talk about what they like and stuff like that, then it's a treasure hunt, dude. It's difficult. Then it's like, okay, I have to try different things in order to see what gets you off. It would just be easier. And sometimes women hate the fact that they have to sometimes say it. Because they are like, come on, man, why can't you
there are
get
some
it?
things very basic.
Yeah, no, or you can't. They're not that basic, dude. Sometimes it's difficult.
Astrologers. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What
Astrologers would have so much more credibility if they can just tell a person what makes her come. Just read her palm and please tell me what makes her come.
Oh yeah, like the kink is clarified.
Yeah. Bite her ear.
Yeah, that is what works. Why? Because Mars was positioned.
Don't tell me she's mangling. Tell me what are her erogenous zones.
Yeah, that part is pretty and when you think about it, it's not spoken about at all. You know, when it comes to there's all this information you need to learn your own way.
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
trial and
conversation.
error.
It's trial and error, dude, and that's what makes it a scary.
One, that, and second, you know all of this because of porn.
Yeah.
Like, अगर मैं porn नहीं देखता, मेरे को ये सब पता ही नहीं रहता.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, a lot of it. It's almost like they are running simulations for you.
Yeah.
You know, that is what porn is. Porn is basically a sex simulation that is happening in front of you.
It's because I've watched video porn, I can imagine things in audio porn.
Yeah, you can fill in the gaps better. Like, of course, now it can be doing this.
Yes.
Now, I get that.
If someone comes and says something random, I'll be like, नहीं हो सकता है, पैर दुखेगा, cramps आएगा मेरे को. I have no context.
Just the level of, even when you look at the general approach towards pornography, it has changed and evolved so much with time. Where before you just had people who couldn't probably get any other job getting into it, you know, where looks mattered but not that much, you know, in the 70s and stuff like that, to now you just look at these people are just athletes.
Yeah.
You know, they are like primo athletes, dude.
मैं आज सुबह ही सोच रहा था, this is how you can figure out how much porn has evolved. Look at the porn you're watching and look at the porn जो तुम्हारे बाप को उसके friend लोग forward कर रहे हैं.
ज़मीन आसमान का फर्क है, dude.
Yeah, how bad that is.
Oh.
It's just fucking ape shit.
Pixelated. There's nothing
even if it's not
pointed.
pixelated, just there is no story or sensuality to it. It's just
the dubbing is bad.
Yeah,
all of it. Like
I can see you're faking it.
Yeah, there's a soundtrack, just a moaning soundtrack, and you're like, hey, come on, man, none of this is good. Like, how do you even? I think you just wanted the pornography in the older times was just a promise of the idea of sex. A lot of like older.
It's
like
got better with time.
Yeah, because they used to go to Raddi Wala ke paas, you know, to get magazines and stuff
Did
like
you
that
ever
in the
buy
olden
porn?
times. I had that moment in between where we picked DVDs. Like station ke bahar. You got DVDs for like 50 rupees and whatnot.
Fuck, you did that?
Yeah. Because I had that time where it wasn't on the internet, it was slow and shit, and it didn't exist to that extent. But the DVDs were there. So
I was always scared to buy a CD. मेरे दोस्त के साथ हुआ था. वो टाइम पे शाहिद कपूर की कमीने आई थी and he bought a CD जिस पे कमीने का there was paperwork poster and shit. और उसकी he wasn't alone. उसका बाप दुबई से आया था, वो उसकी बहन और उसकी माँ चारों कमीने देखेंगे. And it started off with two people having sex. And fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That guy got beaten up like how?
And it wasn't even his fault.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I actually wanted to show you the movie.
Yes, he wanted to watch Kamina.
And imagine his parents thinking this is a joke that he's playing with the title of the Kamina Giri kar raha hai bado. Isko lagta hai ye, you know, he's being meta with this shit, haramkhor.
Or the thing is, वो time पे, this is like when I was in 10th, 9th or 10th, 2009 or 10. तो वो time पे जो porn रहता था उसमें backstory नहीं रहता था. You just fucking cut into two people banging. So it started off with like that.
Yeah.
अगर अभी के porn जैसा रहता ना थोड़ा backstory है तो my friend could have been like, dude शाहिद कपूर नहीं दिख रहा है, ये कुछ गलत CD लग रहा है, ये क्यों इसकी गाड़ी कैसे खराब पड़ गई, something, and he could have removed the CD.
Some hint.
No, just कि अरे हाँ ये U/A वाला rating वाला नहीं है, clearly.
He jumped in front of the bus like how, and then he got beaten up.
Oh,
That's
damn.
just a sad story.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
That was one trauma. Like he came and told me, and that's when I was like, मैं कभी नहीं खरीद रहा हूँ.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Damn.
Plus, like, how did people have the CD, VCR,
But
and
like-
whatnot when there's only one player in the house?
You wait for parents to go out, or
Yeah,
you
man.
watch it at night.
Oh.
No watching
But then
it at
how
night, dude.
with the sound and all?
Mute पे.
So there's no need for sound at all.
You imagine that part, dude.
Dude,
Whatever
ये
doesn't.
बच्चे लोग मजबूरी में कर रहे हैं.
हाँ. It's not like a luxurious
Yeah,
like
it's not like an
I'm
adult
trying to
billionaire.
uncover history. I'm trying-
scented candles, fairy lights. ऐसा सब नहीं है, dude. It's just like a rushed fucking.
Yeah, dude.
That is what it is. It's the most monkey part
It's a
of you.
crime. That's it.
Yeah.
It's way better than jerking off to a magazine. This is like a magazine in motion.
Yeah.
It's silent, but it's still in motion. So you're just happy with
So
it.
even porn started with silent films. That's essentially speaking.
Oh yes.
I'm sure
I'm pretty sure, dude. In the olden times, you
there
just
are
had.
some sites जो अभी भी mute पे ही चालू होते. You have to go and unmute the sound.
Oh, so this is the sites are taking into consideration user experience.
Yes.
What if he's in the classroom?
And it's a site run by women. It only shows predominantly porn for women, and the site is run by women.
Oh, pretty
so
cool.
it's not like derogatory towards women and all. They have taken care of all of that, and the video starts on mute, which is pretty cool.
Oh, so it's like the male feminist side for porn.
Yeah.
It's like
I only watch that side, guy.
non-exploitative pornography. Oh my god. Really?
No women were harmed in the making of this video.
Because someone sent a video from that side to me, and I was watching and I was like, "Fuck, मेरा headphones खराब हो गया है क्या?" Because I'm so used to
It
tudum.
plugging in.
Yeah. And that did not happen. So that's when I checked and I was like, "Oh, mute पे चालू होता है क्या?"
That's new.
Yeah, dude. You learn new things every day.
Yeah. You just end up thinking about the evolution of pornography and you realize, dude, in the olden times, people they commissioned like paintings and tapestry. They'll make a rug of something or they'll make sculptures and stuff like that. And that would be, I think, the olden like version of a porn hub. You know, you have
Sure,
a cave. And if you're a good sculptor, fucking, I'm charging people like,
Yeah.
you know, you want to come
Dude.
jerk off in the cave.
Creeps have fucked it up for it. Because I remember जब मैं छोटा था, ये museum में there are a lot of paintings with nude women on them, all right?
Yeah.
And no matter how good the painting is, you can't stand there and appreciate the painting because everyone was like, he's looking at tits.
Yeah.
Just कितना भी artistic, real, तू इधर जा तो भी तेरे को दिख रही इधर जा.
All-
None of that matters.
All the school picnics fall flat because of that. They are taken to a museum. I remember when I had gone to the museum and they had all of these Renaissance wala paintings, and the depiction of women had also changed, na? Because in the Renaissance paintings, if you are a bit overweight, if you are more rounder, then you're considered to be more beautiful in the olden times, you know. So it's painted
still,
like that.
guys, still.
Yeah.
It's still like that.
Ah, stop it, Masoom. Come on, let's not lie too much now. It's enough. Like, you know, it's not like we are standing for any elections to be like everybody is beautiful. Shut up, man. I know I'm not. None of us are. You know, so it's
I'm
fine.
not definitely.
So there are many people who are not. Okay, that's the part about beauty.
Only men, guys. Only is that better?
But yeah, damn, dude, this political correctness made me forget what I was thinking about.
Something about Renaissance paintings.
So
Yeah.
all the time, like you had this whole file of students walking in front of those paintings. All of them are just giggling, pointing and giggling. Nobody's paying attention to Raphael hai, kaun hai, kya banaya, brush strokes.
Yes.
Kuch nahi, appreciation hai hi nahi. So this is just falling flat on the face.
Yes.
You're showing me something which I am just like, eh.
I'm dying to go to a museum right now, and I told my parents to go to museum. हम लोग भी आएंगे. I'm just like, I can't go to a museum with you because I don't know what paintings will be there, and you'll just be like, ये देखो ठरकी बच्चा चला.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
I don't have that
always
How will I
afraid
know
of
what is
judgment.
there in the museum though? It's
We
not
have
like
been to the
any-
museum in Bombay, and I vaguely remember क्या क्या था वहाँ पे. Unless it has changed. and
No,
they've added
I'm
new
saying your parents are saying Turkey, but how does anyone know what is there in the museum?
Nahi, but
stuff.
it's
साथ में यार, they are like हमें भी चलना है.
it brings a dissociation with it. Like even now you are always worried because you are always thinking of yourself as a child, na?
Yeah.
And you don't want to break that thought in your parents' head also. So you don't want to do anything which is adult like.
Yeah.
Let it be drinking, smoking, or whatever, talk about sex or whatever it might be. So when even you're watching something with your parents and something sexual is happening on screen, you become weirded out. Because it's like you don't want to share those two worlds at all. Like you don't want that happen. You know, where you don't even want to stand it happens sometimes, dude, where you have like a movie or something where you see like the actor and the actor is going for it, you know, and you're like still like, yeah, I know I'm not able to treat it as a part of the story now because you know, it like, I get the whole, I hate it, but I get the whole family entertainment wala jo thing hai na. I get it in a way.
The speed at which our parents are making peace with intimacy displayed on TV is not the same speed at which TV is progressing with intimacy.
Yeah.
Like TV is way faster.
Oh,
right
yes.
now my parents are okay with kissing and all, and fucking they are showing boobs and
Yeah.
I'm just like
Full frontal
मैं अभी
nudity.
तो इधर पहुंचा हूँ. Like I don't mind it. I don't have a problem, but the speed is
Yeah.
very disproportionate.
Yeah. Like you have to make peace with, you have to change a couple of things in your head
Yes.
for the pace of,
Yes.
like a Game of Thrones or something.
Yes.
You will be like, oh, dude, there's an exploitative fuck where this character is fucking a slave. So the dynamic of the sex scene is very violent, you know, it's
Yes.
harsh. And you're just like, fuck, dude, now this,
You can't-
you feel weirded out.
Like you
because of
feel
that.
like you want to explain to them, no? Like
you
you want to defend the actions of that person on screen.
This is why my house is great. हमारे घर पे टीवी नहीं चलता है. सब लोग अपने फोन पे अपने अकाउंट पे अलग-अलग चीजें देखते हैं.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my parents are watching. My mom's watching Mirzapur, dad is watching CID, brother's watching Tanmay
Something
Beer
else.
Biceps.
Yeah.
I'm watching this is porn or caste system documentary. Just
Yeah.
whatever. Those are two extremes, but
It's okay. Your solar
Which
system
one are you
has...
jerking off to?
Yeah, that is the real question.
you guys are really throwing me under the bus.
No, you gave the two examples, dude. You could have given anything else. Like, but
As mentioned, porn is very educational. So
it is definitely true. Like you understand the executive's approach towards the idea of family entertainment because it helps keep the insecurities in place. It doesn't allow them to come out, be spoken about and conversed.
yeah,
That doesn't happen. So it just keeps the lids tight
yes,
in terms of you can continue to believe सब अच्छा है.
yeah. You can continue to believe TV पे kissing नहीं होता है.
हाँ, ये
My
सब
dad can continue to believe हाँ news में सच दिखाते हैं.
हाँ.
Whatever.
All that idealism.
Everyone is living in their bubble of delusion, and
Yeah.
that's being validated every day.
Yeah, and the screen does that to you. Like your brain is not evolved to manage the idea of a screen yet. It's like a crystal ball. You're just looking into images and ideas and you're just reinforcing your thoughts
Yeah, you
with those
consume
images.
more according to your bias. You only consume things according to your bias.
Yeah.
Like that is a problem with YouTube around, no? You feel like कुछ नया दिखा ना, but नया the algorithm is such कि
तेरे को पता ही नहीं चलेगा.
और बहुत रैंडम रहता है.
हाँ.
वो भी बहुत रैंडम रहता है. I have paid attention to a cycle of sorts where around this season I get videos of this. Like I find a loop where I remember last year around this time I had gone down this rabbit hole, and now it's almost reminding me of it again.
I always open YouTube on incognito and see homepage पे क्या है, so that I come to know what's trending and what's happening right now. और फिर उसमें से I can be like, oh मैंने ये चीज़ consume नहीं किया है.
हाँ.
But it's never the good stuff. It's always like कोक के बॉटल में 20 मेंटोस डाल दिया, बॉटल फट रहा है. हाँ.
तो वो हमेशा ट्रेंडिंग है. वो
Oh my god, dude! एक हाथी भाग के बाइक वाले को उड़ा दिया. ये सब 16 million views.
You can't compete. You
Yeah,
cannot
you can't.
compete with accidents and ये सब के साथ तो तू सवाल ही नहीं उठता है. If you see like the
Just
most
the things that we share on Instagram. Just we constantly keep sharing accidents and people getting hurt.
but in a funny it's still funny.
See,
dude.
when it's recorded, it's funny.
It's hilarious.
It's not recorded. The camera happens to be on. Nobody is getting hurt on purpose.
नहीं, it got recorded.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, see, for example, whenever I see like a video where I see a human being gets too close to an animal in a cage, and then like there was this new video of somebody who got too close to the orangutan in the cage, stood too close to the bars of the cage to the extent that the orangutan grabbed it through the bars, and of course it's an orangutan, dude, so it's strong as fuck. It's pulling it inside and twisting it, like, you know, to like almost lifting the guy off the feet to pull him in through the bars.
And the best part is, so this chap, so the orangutan got one hand. So this chap is trying to detach. So the other hand of the orangutan is on the bar to like get leverage. So what this guy did, he said, okay, I'll push my foot on the bar of this and I'll get some leverage to pull away. The orangutan has got those feet which are like hand.
Oh, those
उससे पकड़ा don't bear उसका.
It got the leg also. So now it's like, oh fuck, what am I?
Shutiya.
And at that point of time, I couldn't help but laugh because this man is just done, dude. Like,
Why would you go so close?
Why? It's in a cage for a
Yeah,
reason.
dude.
Like, you know, it's strong. It's an animal. You can't fuck around with it. What are you doing? And have the brains like, तू already उसको पिंजरे में डाला है. उसका ऊपर तेरे को लगता है कि तू ऐसा ईगो ये भी करेगा
Dude,
तेरा.
मैं देखा है पब्लिक पीनट्स खाता है ना, जू में जा रहे कुछ खा रहे पीनट्स, मैं देखा पब्लिक क्रोकोडाइल पे पीनट्स पे खाने के लिए. I'm just like, you deserve to get beaten, man.
Yeah, you should be the peanut.
Yes.
You should be the peanut in this case, so
Yes.
that you understand the choices that an animal makes. The ego in a zoo is so terrible. The human level of humanity ka jo ego is a zoo is a worst representation of it, because it's supposed to be educational, but it is just sad.
Yes,
Like
yes,
it's
Because
just
a 10-year-old feel like it caught a tiger.
yeah. And you feel like all leverage has been taken out of this animal's existence.
Also, then you think you deserve to watch a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get angry.
Without
Safari
fear.
पे tiger नहीं मिला
Yeah,
यार.
I'm like, louder.
अरे एक है.
You think you can watch an animal with curiosity.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me, chill and see what this tiger does.
Dude, forget, ठीक है, animals का तो दूसरा species हम लोग कभी देखा नहीं. Public धारावी दर्शन करने जाता है. There's a theme.
Yeah.
Tour ना.
Yes.
White
Imagine,
people tour.
Yes. That's exactly how we are watching animals in a sanctuary.
Yeah.
इधर जाओ, ये लोग खाना वाना नहीं है इन लोग के पास, मांगेंगे तो देना मत, और बस देखो इसको भूख लगेगा ना तो ये मारेगा दूसरे को.
Poorest, most dependent part of the
That's
whole
how
thing.
people behave in धारावी also. ये आदमी को भूख लगी है, पत्नी ने खाना नहीं दिया, देख मारेगा पत्नी को, तू देख और निकल इधर से.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to offer food.
Yeah.
Watch and leave, and you pay money for all of this.
Voyeurism. It's poverty voyeurism. You want
Just-
to. It's a kink. It's a different weird thing, because it's not educational in any way.
Also, that money never goes there.
Yeah.
Well, not tour guide, dude. He
I mean-
knows which woman does not cook properly.
Like
That's what he knows.
yeah. Also, you end up understanding
He
as
has seen इसको 3 दिन से काम नहीं मिला तो उसके घर पे नमक नहीं है.
He's like, he did the recce. He saw the whole of Dharavi
Yeah.
and decided that these are the places to go in Dharavi.
yeah.
He found a recommendation spot in Dharavi.
Yeah, and I don't mind when the tour involves something like that, where you're supporting some local stuff that is being done and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that okay, there is some sort of work being created out of it. But just to go and see, and it's almost like I've always thought about it. People, a lot of in the Western world, at least I've seen that America, UK, they get so disillusioned by the city and the world and the people, the nationality, identity, whatever it is, they get so disillusioned by it that they want to have a flash in the pan with something so opposite that it reinforces the previous thing again.
Yeah.
Like I will go in a place which is so poor, destitute people, not having anything, and this is going to reinforce the importance of what I have
Yes.
back home, which
I-
is very harsh on the people whom you are using as an example.
Yeah, dude. बेचार लोग को पता भी नहीं है.
That they are being used as an
Yes.
example for.
They are just like, वो हम लोग को देखने में कोई आया है. Nothing, dude. Nothing. तुम्हारे जैसे खाना नहीं खा रहे, पानी नहीं पी रहे.
I cannot stand an image of a white person doing this to an Indian poor person, kid. Like, like हाथ ऐसा सर से हाथ
Yeah.
ऐसा कुछ तो कर रहा है. I'm like, oh, there is so much behind this that I
Dude,
can see.
when did poverty become a genre in photography? Just black and white photos
When-
of kids. That's a genre ना. तुम बस ढूंढो homeless बच्चों को, उनकी photo खींचो, and that's a thing.
When likes came into picture, na, that is
Yeah,
when
dude.
it happened.
No, I think before that also. Because like I think the appeal comes from the fact that okay, you will have a kid who's like at the worst situation, but when you show a camera, that kid will smile and then you're just like, oh wow, I need to capture this. And that is
Even
it.
in the worst
Yeah,
sort of
worst
scenario,
look,
there
he's
is a
smiling.
smile.
Why are
on-
you not smiling? That's it.
I'm like, लौड़े मेरे को पता है तू 10 रुपए दिया और बोला हंस तो 10 रुपए मिलेगा. I know that happened.
Yeah.
And with black and white photos, like the teeth look even more white.
Yeah. They look even happier.
Yeah.
This guy hasn't brushed in 3 years.
Yeah.
But he looks the happiest. And then you're like, तू क्यों नहीं हंस रहा है? You're privileged. I'm
And
like,
there is this genre which is like just telecasting charity. That is the big part of all charity you do needs to be telecast to people. Even if it's like you're trying to
Marathon.
make a... Yeah.
Run for cancer.
Yeah.
Run for poor people. Run for whatever.
Like,
orphans and whatever.
yeah, people are cheering from their hospital beds.
Yeah.
You think if I'm undergoing chemo...
It's like you're teasing them, dude. I can't run.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And it is a different... It's like you're trying to do something vicariously through a symbol. Like...
It's symbolism.
Yeah, like you want to say that you know the pain and cause and suffering of cancer by running 42 kilometers. You know, like you're involved in it in a way. Like every kilometer a chemo
जितना
drip
मैं
is falling.
40 किलोमीटर भाग के मेरा लंग्स दुखा है उतना ही तेरा कैंसर में भी शायद दुखता रहेगा is what I'm trying to say.
And it's such a thing because in between I've eaten power bars and
पावर बार मेरे को
Gatorade
रास्ते
and-
से फ्री बिस्लरी मिला है.
Yeah.
यही पानी किसान लोग के पास नहीं जाएगा लेकिन
Yeah,
इधर
नहीं,
भागने के लिए मैराथन में बराबर यूज होएगा.
Symbolism is very important, dude. Stories are very important.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, पब्लिक अपने हाउस हेल्प को बिस्लरी नहीं देता है, घर का पानी ऑफर नहीं करता है, लेकिन मैराथन भागने वाले स्ट्रेंजर को बराबर बिस्लरी खरीद
हाँ.
देता है.
Because you are a part of the photo where you have handed off
Yes,
the bottle.
yes. You feel good that I've contributed to society.
Yeah.
ये मेड क्या है, धो और निकल, कल वापस टाइम पे आ जाना.
And imagine that is how pathetic your life is. Like that's how empty of validation your life is, that you're creating hypothetical scenarios of you being the nice guy. You know, you being the nice person.
Someone has to suffer for you to be nice.
Yeah.
That is how sad
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
कि अगर कोई कहीं victim नहीं बन रहा है, then I can't be nice.
There is a lot of currency in it, yaar. There's a lot of currency. Digital currency तो nonsensical है in that.
Yeah, likes has become a currency now.
People feel like, yeah, if I can go ahead and show, because it's so easy to seem nice online. All I have to do is type out a good sounding opinion, and it does not need to be followed by action, verification of, nothing. I just misrepresented myself so easily.
Guys, oppression is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so nice.
Like, stop it, dude. तेरे से दो बर्तन घिसके नहीं होता. तू क्या बात कर
Dude,
रहा है?
I know so many people जो लोग ट्विटर पे ट्वीट करते हैं ऐसा ऑपरेशन नहीं होना चाहिए और फिर बोलते हैं आंटी मेरे लिए कॉफी बना दो. I'm like, अबे लवड़े उठो और बनाना फिर.
And it is always the worst part of it is when they'll say words like Didi, or like you'll use words which are like familial terms for the maid because you think that is going to make life easier for her, because she does not feel like she's not a part of. No, she still feels like that because she's like, ये family में मैं दीदी है मगर मैं ही धो रही है.
हाँ, तुम उसका फैमिली वाला टर्म दे रहे हो, लेकिन जब ये बर्तन यूज करना तो तेरे लिए अलग से बर्तन रखे. You are still not a part of the family.
बराबर, like
देखो तू नाम की दीदी है.
हाँ, like छोटा वाला plate मिलेगा खाना, like it's the smaller of the plates. It's always like that, dude. And that is when you see the hypocrisy of it doesn't help. Like it just helps you lie in the moment to yourself. She knows very clearly who you
वही
are.
बर्तन धो रही है तो उसको दिख रहा है तू चांदी के ग्लास में पीता है और उसका ग्लास प्लास्टिक का है.
कि कांच वाला ग्लास उधर है, वो easily समझ में. That's one of the worst things and one of the funniest things that people with money do. Like they think just because they are ignoring poor people are reciprocating the favor. No, they pick up on everything.
Yeah.
They are not ignorant of the fact that you just ended up doing that thing with the glasses or with the footwear or whatever else. You know, even if it's the छाता की बाहर खोल के रखो या कुछ तो. But it's always like the small things which
छाते का
are...
भी होता है बाहर.
Public का बहुत अजीब ये रहता है, dude.
जूता बाहर निकालो ये मेरे को पता है.
हाँ, that's fine also. But
House helps are told you remove your shoes outside. वो लोग का सर्विस लिफ्ट रहता है. Which is the
service
worst.
lift is an interesting.
Which is the worst.
It's an interesting this again power dynamic again where the elevator is different. So the geographical difference you want to retain.
Yeah.
You want to keep as far as.
And service elevators, I don't know, जो बिल्डिंग का मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ वहाँ पे तो सर्विस एलिवेटर काफी बड़ा था. Because they are like इनको सामान वामान लेके जाना रहता है तो इनके लिए बड़ा है. And I'm like तो रईस लोग पैसा देने के बाद भी छोटे एलिवेटर में जा रहे हैं.
Yes, it's a weird thing. तो जितना ज़्यादा रईस होता है, जितना ज़्यादा पैसा मिलता है ना, I feel like you want to be alone so much more. Like that whole old story about, whenever somebody gets greedy, they're sitting on a pile of gold, but they're sitting by themselves.
Yeah.
That is a thing that people with money want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I want a private island, I want a private
course,
jet,
yes.
I want private modes of transportation. I don't want to merge with, but I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with that part of the world at all.
Drew Michael is a comic from US. He has this joke. You earn so that you can live away from all of this.
Yes.
A car is just a public bus for you.
Yeah.
The reason why you travel in a bus is because you don't have money. If you have money, of course you'll have a car.
Yeah.
Why will you fucking sit through?
Share like
Yes, कोई मेरे जूते पे
immediate
स्टैम्प कर
space.
रहा है, किसी का गीला छाता मेरे जीन्स पे लगा. Why would you go through all of that?
And that's the whole point about like I get it. I understand what greed has to offer
I would die to fucking
in
go away from people.
like because people just get that exclusivity, dude. That's it. I rent a whole island for myself. That is it. There's nobody
That
else.
is madness.
Like people who were born on the island are now working to ensure the island is hospitable for me. You know, it's such a trip, man. Like I come here during winters because it's too cold. Like changing geography.
Ronaldo owns an island जहाँ पे वो COVID के टाइम पे shift हो गया. He's like मेरे को दुनिया के पास नहीं रहना है. So this is what the article said. I don't know how true it is, but
Sawal. I would do that, you know, because Ronaldo would be like, yeah, after the world restarts again, people will still pay crazy
Yes.
amount of money for
Yes.
football. You know,
मेरे पे
that's what
फिर भी
I'm doing.
करोड़ों रुपए लगेंगे.
Yeah.
I can't go to random places.
There's a
and be
clear
like,
cut choice.
I
there.
can't get any variant.
yes.
I don't want to compete with a VIP or a VVIP in a life and death situation. I don't think I have the ability to compete with. Like, if you are drowning and if some billionaire is drowning, you think anybody is coming for you?
Nobody.
I save him, he gives me a reward of 2 million. I'm sorted. I save you, I get a thanks.
Yes.
What are you going to do for me? I get a thank you? Shit. Like, even
That's
if it's
the
a
thing too.
wet thank you, it's still a thank you.
कोई रईस के बच्चे को help करो. They are just like घर चाहिए, गाड़ी चाहिए, ले लो.
Yeah.
तुम help someone who is an equal. मैं दुआ में याद रखूंगा. तेरे दुआ से मेरा घर नहीं चलने वाला है.
हाँ मतलब बोल मत dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is the
मेरे को
least.
चेक भी दिया तो ऐसा बैंक का जो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता.
Yeah, dude. This used to be a fantasy of mine कि इंडिया का कोई तो top 10 richest people, मैं उनमें से एक जन के बच्चे को अपना किडनी दूंगा. And then I'll ask for anything. And in my head, anything is a 3 BHK.
And then the amount of alcohol you've had, your
Dude, I
organs
keep
don't hold
forgetting
the
that I've
amount
had
of
a lot
value.
alcohol.
Like I almost use it as a defense mechanism, like to get like, you know, stuff stolen from me abroad. Like you always read those things, you know, online. Kya this person traveled to some South Asian country like Philippines or here there and got their organs harvested. And I've just abused my body to an extent where he opens and he'll sew it back up. He'll be like, I can't sell any of this.
Yeah.
None of this is usable.
Yeah. Even I think मैंने बहुत सारे organs का इतना गांड मार दिया है.
It's just not going to be.
I can't be trafficked, which is
Yeah.
very sad, man.
But you can't be trafficked because you have a shitty body.
Yeah, I can't be trafficked. I won't be trafficked mostly because I'm a man.
Yeah.
And my organs can't be trafficked because I've fucked it up.
Yeah.
I've exploited all my privileges. रात को रास्ते पे दारू पिया है, सिगरेट पिया है.
So the vilest human beings look at you and don't say anything good.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
all the tribals, the flesh eaters, they are just like ये खराब मांस है, इससे दूर रहो. ये खाने से food poisoning होएगा.
Yeah. You that is quite a you know, choice you have to make with time though. I've sort of started paying attention to that quite a bit. Like
Health?
Yeah, I almost as if you then get bored because you see what's on the horizon if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a pretty sight. Like one thing I've realized is I'll have to pay attention to my back a lot.
You have back pain?
Yeah, now it's starting. The sleeping without pillow now, I've started all of that. I don't want any curvature to the spine. Because when you have a plush pillow and stuff like that, your spine basically is getting stressed it's getting elongated and it's getting stressed out in a way that it shouldn't ideally. And it just makes a huge difference.
Does
And
it feel better?
It does. And more than anything else, I'm afraid about losing mobility. Like the moment you have back pain, I saw this old...
You can't do act outs. That's your biggest problem.
I can't... Walking will be painful. You know, like moving will be like I'll have to choose. Because if I get a hunchback or something like that, that's it, dude. Movement is painful now.
Can't this be solved by operation?
No.
It depends. Like it can help you out to an extent. Like if you get a slip disc, now medical science has progressed to an extent where you can put artificial discs between your spine to release the pressure, but it is still better to be taking care of it rather than it getting screwed up and then you.
Imagine adding a disc, dude. That's mad technology.
Yeah.
That is.
A huge part of stuff is just built around people afraid of dying.
Yeah.
You know?
You can grow back parts of your brain which are destroyed now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Like brain damage, you need to keep the patient in a lot of like you therapy वगैरह बहुत लगता है उसको, as in terms of medication and whatnot. But with the right circumstances and right treatment, parts of your brain can grow back.
No, what's one of the weirdest things that causes brain trauma? Jet ski.
Yeah.
You know those
Because of all
water
the-
scooters?
Yeah, you go up and
Yeah,
down.
you're bouncing again and again. So when you're bouncing,
The brain also bounces inside.
yeah, and it's hitting the skull.
This is what I love. मेरे को पता है I'll never be rich enough to do all of this.
Yeah.
I'm just like this is not a problem of my life.
Yeah.
लोकल ट्रेन में चलने से होता है क्या? नहीं होता है ना, ठीक है.
तू रिक्शा जाता है ना, हो जाता है. रिक्शा भी सेम ही है
Fuck
ना.
man, fuck.
That
your
is
back
another
will get
thing.
fucked,
Yeah,
yeah.
the back does get screwed up.
Rickshaw, yes.
And a rickshaw has always had an element of exploitation attached to it. Always, like there was always a person was in place of an engine.
Has it?
Like
Achha,
a traditional rickshaw had a rickshaw
traditional-
puller.
हाँ.
You know, somebody who pulled the rickshaw while you sat behind.
Yeah.
And that I think was the most exploitative version of that mode of transport.
Dude,
I think
Where
that's-
somebody else is pulling you
हाँ.
to go
somebody
from
else
one
is
place.
walking so that you can commute.
Yeah,
which is
while sitting down.
मैंने realize किया है we are not against slavery or exploiting people. We just found legal ways to do it.
Yeah.
Sex doll बनाया, किसी को घर पे रखना और बोलना ये गाना का मेरे लिए is wrong. But Alexa play this song. We found a legal way to do everything that was wrong.
Yeah, or we are ready to ignore it if it pays off. Like we are fine with Apple having like proper
Kids working.
Yeah, and proper slave shops in China, like where people are just irritated with long hours and.
Isn't there a hush hush about it कि होता है नहीं होता है guarantee नहीं पता है.
हाँ, because it's not in your jurisdiction ना.
Yeah,
तो
right.
उधर exploit हो सकता है.
वो making Jordans, Nike shoes and all. ये
Yeah.
सबका,
Yeah.
But I'm saying something that's accepted worldwide. We found legal ways to do it.
लीगल से भी ज्यादा ऑप्टिकली मेरे को मतलब देख के मेरे को खराब नहीं लगना
हाँ, मेरे पे moral obligation नहीं, guilt नहीं
हाँ.
आता है मेरे में. I
Guilt
can
is removed a lot from a lot of things.
Yes, the exploitation part is still there. I can have a sex doll. I can say all sorts of mean things. Lafa मारो उसको. I
Yeah.
know that doll won't complain back, and the society won't have a problem with it.
नहीं अगर सोसाइटी तेरे को सेक्स डॉल को चाटा मारते हुए देखेगा then they'll feel a little okay, this guy is crazy.
No, also there's just too many deflated dolls you're dealing with then. Like
Yeah.
you're just buying a lot. Like otherwise if you keep on just taking care of the puncture, your sex doll will look like Frankenstein's monster.
देखो लगता है public उसका पंचर ठीक कर.
Very, very poor.
Yeah, dude, very poor people are like भैया मेरे sex doll का पंचर बना के दो.
हवा भरने के लिए लेके जा रहा है. That would be quite a thing, huh? कि
Imagine
public.
how weird the guy who delivers the doll feels. Because he knows ये आदमी जो भी कर रहा है सब छोड़ के अभी डॉल में हवा भरेगा. अभी डॉल के just anything that he is doing
Yeah.
has gone for a toss now.
Yeah, people working in manufacturing places where they're manufacturing these dolls, molds बनाए plastic का, you see that thing like machine जैसा बन के छप करके बाहर आ रहा है, then the color thing goes, you're like, damn, somebody is going to pay to fuck this now.
Yeah.
This is something that we have made, and this is what has happened with the idea of sex. Like, people are going to start fucking dolls. That's the next conversation regarding robots also. Like,
Yes.
whenever people speak about robots, the first thing people always, what about sex robots? Like, people...
Go for it, man.
How, like, people want that desire to be like, if I want to fuck something, it should be ready to be fucked. No matter
dude,
what.
I
It's
don't
a
get
power
this.
thing, like...
Public phone नहीं खरीद रहा था because they are like a phone का battery फटता है. But nobody ever thought that while buying a vibrator. I'm like ये भी device है जो फट सकता है and it is super scary.
डबल ए बैटरी लगता है ना. डबल ए बैटरी थोड़ी like at least लोगों को वो तो नहीं था.
Like, you're just... It's safe enough.
हाँ.
Dude,
Almost.
any machinery near my crotch freaks me out. I'm just like मेरे को नहीं पता कि ये कभी मैल फंक्शन होएगा, फटेगा, झटका देगा. I don't want all of that, man.
You don't want to be left as
Yeah.
part of evidence.
Since you were talking about vibrators, women's libido lets them deal with men. So
तो ऐसा झटका वटका तो चल ही जाएगा.
I think that's the reason why women take vibrators also, especially when they are solo traveling. You don't want to deal with the local men over there. Just take your vibrator and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much of... Yeah, I get it.
You can't compete with a vibrator, man.
Of course not. It's a machine. It's like saying I'll compete with a calculator.
Yeah.
Just give up.
Yeah, honestly.
You are made to do a million things. So you are not specialized in that. That's it. Just accept.
I can make a vibrator malfunction. Like I can make you dependent on.
You can use a hammer. And break the vibrator.
Yeah. But the only way you can win is छुपा दिया, नहीं पता कहाँ गया. तू शायद भूल गई घर पे ही.
Then she's going with one of those Amazon tags. Sorry, Apple ka tags, no? If you lose your keys or something, then you can check on your phone kahan pe rahe ho.
No, it's fine. You can replace me with a sex robot with whatsoever customized dick that you want to. But all I need to do is just program ED. That's it. I program erectile dysfunction and now that's it. This robot just can't
That's
get
the
it
virus.
hard. Yeah, that's the
But
virus.
I can't believe. I'm sure people will do that.
Yeah.
ये भी hack तो होएगा.
Yeah, because people will feel insecure, na. The moment this sort of outward this thing will become more normal, where you're just removing human parts of your interaction in terms of intimacy, this will also have an effect on how you're processing it in your head. Like it's just breaking down of a lot of evolutionary things that.
That's what dating apps also do. It's so shallow. Rohan Gujral told me, we were traveling for a show together and I was swiping Bumble Hinge and he's just like, dude, what are you doing? This is a human जिसके माँ बाप है 10th में फेल हुआ है शायद उठ के पोहा खाता है और तू 3 फोटो देख के और लगे हैं नहीं चाहिए मेरे को and to fucking 10s and 15s of people just नहीं चाहिए. He's like, how shallow are you?
नहीं पर तू अगर ट्रेन में बैठा तो तू ऑटोमेटिकली कितने लोगों को रिजेक्ट कर ही रहा है ना.
But हम वो the context is not that.
The value of people gets diluted and
yes,
reduced
dating
to...
app पे you are like date me, I'm like I'll date you and then you're like nah. ट्रेन में वैसा नहीं है. ट्रेन में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं एंड इन अ फैंटेसी वर्ल्ड यू आर लाइक शायद डेटिंग होएगा तो होएगा कि नहीं. That's what it is. Dating app पे it's purely we are here to date, hook up, whatever.
Yeah, but that person is not yet real unless conversation हुआ ना.
No man, it's a real person. It is still a real person.
Not real for you.
You still reject them on a shallow level.
अच्छा तू कितने लोगों से ऐसा दोस्त लोगों को मिला और like people who have met you kind of said no fuck them screw
but you reject people on a shallow level anyway na. It's just that you're not swiping.
अभी तेरे पास interface है.
That's also one of the reasons why I never wanted to have a kid. I'm just like, what if the baby ends up looking ugly? अब मेरे को उसका गू भी साफ करना और pretend करना ही अच्छा दिखता है.
Yes buddy, that's the transaction. Excuse me, you want a minor version of you exist? This is what will have to.
If the baby looks like me, I would still make peace with it. Just with a fucking mole over here or something. I'm just like, I can't pretend that this baby is good looking, man.
Save for surgery, buddy. Save for surgery. That is it. That's the best you can do. Just go ahead and remove this mole.
You can't get moles removed.
Some moles you can.
I had no clue about this.
Yeah. No, some moles you can.
Which is why now you need
because
to
sometimes they get cancerous, no? So you need to remove.
Achha,
moles sometimes become, most of them are benign, but some are cancerous. So in that case, you have to remove it.
Ugly. गू साफ करो और कैंसर का भी पैसा दो. More of a reason to not have a baby.
Dude, बच्चा रहेगा education. There itself तेरा खर्चा.
Dude, a kid basically I've realized it's not everyone's.
It's a lot of expense, man. That's what I was thinking. अगर मेरे माँ बाप मेरे और मेरे भाई पे spend नहीं करते, they would have had a great life.
Yeah.
Foreign trips.
Yeah.
All the fancy food.
They could afford all of that.
All of that.
A lot of life experiences.
You just realize whenever they were angry at you, you were saying sorry for so many other things.
Yeah, man.
And you had no clue about
Yeah.
You are an invoice. You are an inflated invoice, and they have to live with that.
I don't think they calculated for this because वो लोग भी उम्मीद के साथ थे कि वो हम भी एक दिन जैसा हम लोग में उम्मीद है ना एक दिन BMW आएगी एक दिन 4BH करेगा 25-26 में माँ बाप भी ऐसे ही सोच रहे थे and now when dreams haven't worked out they are just like तेरे पे पूरा पैसा खर्चा किया. Yeah, whenever I am scrolling and looking for an iPad she's like ये मेरे को भी चाहिए था but तेरे 7th standard के फीस पे गया.
it is a lot of it is that. A lot of it is the thought also that you might be the answer to the problems,
Yes.
which is like
It sucks to know that you fucked themselves, your parents over.
Yeah.
Like all their dreams have been ruined
Yeah.
because of you.
Yeah.
You didn't choose to do it, but you are the
But you
reason.
are the
yes,
reason.
yes.
Like, of course, in an alternate universe, they would be like, why not? My child also bought me a car and then this and
Yeah.
that and whatnot. And you're like, I got jokes.
Yeah.
I
I
got
have 4
material.
minutes on what bad parenting you did. I have a tight 4.
That is how I'm going to look at this. I'm going to get this out of the relationship. And it's fine. At some point of time, you have to make peace with it. That's a part of growing up.
It's a tough thing to make peace with. Anytime I fuck up, anytime I see anyone fuck up, I'm just like, इसके माँ ने कितने पीरियड पेन सहे कि एक दिन ये पैदा हो सके और ये कितना बड़ा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है.
Yeah, I think the mother has more of a stake in feeling and expressing
Dude,
disappointment
you know
than the
where I saw a dude pee on the road and he wasn't peeing on that side. He was peeing on this side of the road जहाँ पे मैं चल रहा था और फुटपाथ था और ये मैं को देखा और उसको शर्म आई और ये ऐसा टर्न हुआ और अभी उधर से जितनी भी गाड़ी आ रही है ना सबको इसका लंड दिख रहा है and I'm like इसकी माँ ने कितना मेहनत किया है पता है. And this guy was an adult who might have been a parent. ये कुछ 40-50 साल का आदमी था.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude. What a... If he has some
It's
problems,
not
I'm
easy.
sorry, but what a disappointment.
Why? He's not even here. You don't need to apologize to
But I'm just like, थोड़ा benefit of doubt. It's like जैसा हम लोग को स्टेज पे चढ़ने के पहले क्लैप मिलता रहा. It's that benefit of doubt कि शायद प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है.
Maybe.
मेरे को लगता है हम लोग ये सब I think we value people too much as just the 3 of us हम लोग बोल रहे हैं because we are having these conversations on actually human life का value उतना है नहीं. I mean if there's whatever 8 billion of us.
No, also you see there's so much stupidity because parenting in itself is not an easy task and it's not meant for everyone. You just realize that.
There is no handbook for parenting.
There
A
isn't.
sir told me this. My brother and I were fighting and he sat me down and made me understand that you were an experiment for your parents and your brother is getting the benefit of
Your
whatever
experiment.
fuck ups. Yes.
मैं वही सोच रहा था
Because तेरे माँ बाप तेरे पे सिर्फ एक्सपेरिमेंट किए. माँ बाप को
Yeah.
बहुत कम चीजें पता थी. ये उल्टी करेगा तो सिगरेट विगरेट मत पिलाओ स्मेल जाने के लिए. जस्ट बेसिक थिंग्स. अभी बच्चे को एक्चुअली बड़ा कैसे करते हैं, कौन से उम्र में क्या टॉयज देने चाहिए, मारना नहीं चाहिए, वो सब तेरे भाई को बेनिफिट मिल रहा है.
They know that with the second brother. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. So now it makes a lot of sense to have 11-12 kids.
Yeah, that is
The
by
12th
the
one
12th
is
one.
killing it, man.
He gets everything, dude.
Yeah.
He gets. But then that renders him spoiled as fuck.
Dude जब 12 बच्चे होते थे खिलाएगा क्या किसी को? The 12th one hardly gets anything.
Yeah. He's pampered. उसको गाल वाल खींच के खिला रहे बट आधा ही ब्रेड है खिलाने के लिए.
That was
उसको गाल खींच रहे बोले मे भी प्यार से तेरा पेट भर जाएगा.
That was like the thing in economics का textbook that used to scare me. I never used to understand that logic. कि जब भी agrarian economy ज़्यादा था तब more hands that exist in the family, more hands to work. That is what it meant.
Yeah.
But they did not take into account the more mouths to feed also.
More mouths to feed, more healthcare to take.
Yeah,
take care
all of that, which was just like, damn, that is, how come people missed out on that, dude? कि ये खाएगा भी ना, ये सब ये बाकी का सामान भी लेगा, ये सिर्फ काम
खाएगा,
थोड़ी
कपड़े
करेगा,
पहनेगा.
इसका पढ़ाई वढ़ाई कुछ कर लिखाई कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. None of that was taken into account only, and that is the next fear that people have, because with the more progress that is happening, the less people are now getting married conventionally, following the trend of starting the next generation of 30 साल का हो गया तो बच्चा हो गया है, शादी कर लिया है. All of that is now breaking down to the extent that now the fear is that there is a population decline.
This is the highest the population will ever be, is what people say.
Yeah.
इसके बाद it's only declining,
I mean,
Sustain ही नहीं कर पाएगा.
which is great.
किसी को
yeah, I'm happy about that in a way, but then
Less people dancing on Instagram.
yeah,
It's just better.
No, it will always be too much.
Yeah, man.
Come on. अगर तेरा लिमिट 100 है 100
I
के
have
पब्लिक
I have seen that video TikTok trend on YouTube का shorts also, and I cannot understand it, where there is a couple with a baby and they are dancing to some music and the text is how many times did the baby burp? Like at what age? Like, or you know, what was the
Oh, yeah.
my baby when he was born was this weight. You have to like information, legit medical information being broken down. Ki, you know, how do you realize when the calcium is to be increased in the feed? But all of that has the soundtrack of dancing, and they are dancing with the baby. And I'm like, what is this content? What is it trying to do? What? And people are just like cute, 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 cute. That is it. Like
Yeah. बच्चे में cute क्या लगा क्या है?
babies, dogs, all of them are being used for.
Yeah, dude, people flock their dead parents. किसी का अगर कोई parent मर गया, they're like, oh, I miss my father. I'm like, why are you putting it on social media?
Yeah.
How does it get?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You're just using a person who was a part of your life. You're being a victim over here for likes,
Yeah.
which is just cheap. And if you say it's their social media, they can do whatever they want. Why are you being bitter? I'm just mother.
I'm not being bitter. I'm judging them, which is
Yeah,
what is supposed
I'm just
to
being
do.
logical.
Yeah. Because that is not normal, dude. Whenever you feel like that, you have to process sadness also.
Yes.
You don't have to put it
You
up
can't
as.
outsource sadness and be like, ये भी likes देख लेगा पता है. You can't do that. Dude.
Cannot.
You'll still not get a hug, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you want emoticon hugs, go for it, you nonsensical person.
एक बच्चे में और एक इंस्टाग्राम इन्फ्लुएंसर में बहुत सारा चीज कॉमन है. They both don't contribute to the world.
Yeah.
Their only argument is they are cute.
Yeah.
And people won't openly admit that sometimes they want to fuck them.
Yeah.
That is all that there is.
It is a lot of that. A lot of that. You want to be in the spotlight in the moment and you're doing whatever else to have.
No, but that's the worst possible version
Yeah.
of an Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
हाँ. तो like
which is still a big chunk of it.
हाँ तो
I feel like-
कोई भी चीज पकड़ेगा. Oh, that's the Jon Stewart joke, na? When he talks about why people are just fucked for, people are stupid for no reason, because if you make 8 billion of something, some of them
The
are going to
majority
go,
will be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Majority of anything
you've not paid attention to the work at all.
Yes. Yes.
You've
देखो,
just
बच्चे
created
हमेशा
one.
यही आर्गुमेंट से बनाए जा रहे हैं that what if this kid is the cure for cancer, and then nobody tells that kid कि तेरे को कैंसर का क्योर ढूंढना है. पेरेंट्स लाइक जो बड़े होके बनना है बन, और फिर वो लौड़े लोग इंस्टाग्राम कंटेंट क्रिएटर बन रहे हैं. वो लोग नाच रहे. I'm like, तेरे को कैंसर का क्योर ढूंढने का था, रिसोर्सेज खत्म हो रहे हैं, and they're just like ting ting
तू
ting.
Instagram influencers पे उनके पेरेंट्स से ज्यादा प्रेशर डाल रहा है मालूम.
Nee, and if I see them
Dude,
doing
it's damn
ting, ting,
annoying that
ting,
that's a profession now. That's a legit thing.
it is.
No, but okay, it is a legit profession, but then to sustain that they have to do something else also.
I know.
तो वो like 5 मिनट के लिए you are catching them at their 5 minutes of fame, इसलिए तेरे को irritate हो रहा है.
मेरे को irritate नहीं हो रहा. I'm just like, you are having a career without contributing anything. Without contributing, तुम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो. गाना किसी और ने बनाया, डांस का स्टेप किसी और ने बनाया, वो ट्रेंड किसी और ने चालू किया, तुम वो ट्रेंड से इन्फ्लुएंस होके सेम चीज कॉपी करके वीडियो डाले और तुम खुद को इन्फ्लुएंसर बुला रहे हो. दैट्स अ करियर नाउ, व्हिच इज व्हाट इज अनोइंग. There are people who claim to be legit creative and they do something, they fail at it, they suck. लोग गाली देते. Dhinchak Pooja is still way more talented than any content creator because she attempted and she sucked at it. Okay. You get it? They are just ये किसी ने कुछ trend बनाया and they are just copying that. How are you an influencer? Who did you influence? You got influenced.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You fucking got influenced.
You got influenced by the trend.
Yes, you piece of shit. You did not do anything.
Yeah, you are the victim of your own this and
Yes.
you don't even know it. Yeah.
तुमने बस देखा ऐसा जंप होने पे कपड़ा चेंज हो सकता है और ये एडिट बनना इजी है तो तुमने कॉपी किया और तुम ये कर रहे हो. That's what you're doing.
And that has nothing to add to anything.
The world can move on without you.
Yeah.
And we are behaving as if that is not possible. They are being validated to the point where तुम्हारे बिना दुनिया नहीं चल सकती, which is not true.
No, but it is also fun to see how these people think they are the
Center of universe.
Yeah, and they are going to be that because that is the dumb part of our collective.
Majority of the population caters to that and wants that.
हाँ, तो अपन उधर ही देखता रहेगा. इसके लिए अपने पास बाकी सब के लिए टाइम ही नहीं है. डूड ग्लोबल वार्मिंग बोल, ये बोल, वो बोल, अपने पास टाइम ही नहीं है. We'll just drown while going ahead and doing this with the reel का feed. You know, पानी बढ़ रहा है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
You go underwater.
Yeah. You're just happy मेरा फोन वाटर प्रूफ है, मैं पानी के नीचे भी रील्स देख सकता हूँ. कितना भी ग्लोबल वार्मिंग होए, कुछ भी होए.
I'm live telecasting my drowning. Hopefully that will go viral. That is what you expect.
The only way to get
Selling
attention.
inflatables.
The only way to get attention is by dancing for 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh, dude, तू ज़्यादा Instagram देखता नहीं है इसलिए. Because if you watch, तू अगर ज़्यादा नहीं देख रहा है, then Instagram will just throw the massy shit at you.
You know what
Then
I
after
did?
a certain point, you'll start seeing comedians.
I started seeing a lot of dog stuff because I'd heard that from Ari Shafir ka bit also on some podcast. And I did that for some times. I just ended up looking at cute dog videos and whatnot. And now I get that. Like
That's your feed.
yeah, that's the feed like randomly. So now I've realized I can just curtail it. So I play with it rather than it playing with how I feel.
I have deleted that. I only use it through browser. I'm like,
You should ideally.
But the
should.
problem is browser is super slow. Also, अगर कोई तुझे फोटो कुछ मैसेज किया, फोटो बॉम्ब मैसेज किया, you can't see it. So you have to fucking download.
Yeah, they have you for sure. Like,
Yeah, they have you by the balls.
Yeah, you are not. It's not easy to go out of because when you're plugging out to a huge extent.
Yeah.
It's like a lifestyle choice and change where you're deciding to not be involved in
They
this
make you
anymore.
realize you're missing out on this, so come back.
Yeah.
ये इसका even the iMessage thing of if I message you from my Android phone, so your WhatsApp or iMessage, whatever, the bubble of the text appears in a different color, na?
iMessage to iMessage अलग है.
हाँ.
It's blue.
हाँ.
WhatsApp is green.
हाँ.
That is the tribalism
this, yeah,
ecosystem, na, where you're like, yeah, there are different colors for you're in it now.
Yeah. It just जैसा BBM
ये
हुआ
बाहर
करता था.
वाला है
हाँ.
वैसा, हाँ.
BBM used to be like this is a cool thing. हम
Yeah.
BBM मैसेज पे
So you need a pin or something, no?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
ever had a BlackBerry?
No, but I got those Facebook statuses of people saying this is my pin.
Oh yeah.
Saying that this is
That
my
used to
pin.
be a cool thing back then.
Oh, अच्छा.
मेरे को वो टाइम पे BlackBerry चाहिए था.
And then it died.
The aspiration was there of BlackBerry.
2010, 9,
Yes,
11.
yes.
BlackBerry was ruling it.
All the cool kids had it.
Yeah.
जो लोग भी वो टाइम पे क्लबिंग जाते थे
Yeah.
और मेरे दिमाग में सेक्स कर रहे थे पर एक्चुअली सेक्स नहीं कर रहे थे. All those kids.
They had
BlackBerry.
It came out as a business phone, but then you just saw college kids having it.
Yes.
Yeah.
तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ?
Because of the messaging.
Oh, that was it.
Yes.
That was the thing.
BBM private messaging तो था. That was killing it back then.
Oh, अच्छा, because of privacy, because
Yes.
of this. Yeah, they had the best security system and all, na?
I don't know about that, but it was a big thing back then. सबका BBM pin and all. And BlackBerry is nowhere right now. 10 साल में
It died.
कभी ना कभी ऐसा
Immediately.
comeback करने की कोशिश करता है और फिर
कुछ 20 में वो लोग ने पासपोर्ट नाम का फोन बनाने का ट्राई किया था, which was like a cool phone, but
It didn't work.
नहीं.
The same thing happened with a couple of companies. you know.
Nokia.
Nokia, Motorola.
क्या तो
Motorola Razr at one point of time was the
Yes.
phone to have. It
Samsung
looked,
Corby also. Samsung Corby was
Yeah.
also a very big thing.
and then it just died. Like Motorola, nobody's looking at that much now. It's not the phone to go to.
Yeah, मेरे को जब भी cool phone चाहिए था ना, तभी मेरे को वो phone मिला नहीं.
Yeah.
And now when I can afford a phone, iPhones are very common.
Yeah.
Any fucking idiot has an iPhone. So
You realize you're not in that part of the ladder where immediately it is going to change your life, but not a lot of other people.
Yes.
You get it with the rest of the world.
everyone is so shallow that
Yeah.
they attempted to get into the BlackBerry group.
Yeah.
But now that BlackBerry group only holds no value.
Yeah.
तो हम सब चूतिए लोग हैं, iPhone लेके घूम रहे हैं.
And that is the trend now. You realize that's the trend of every this. Like with PlayStation, that happened with me. When
Yes.
I was able to afford it, yeah, a lot of people had it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
everybody can afford a PlayStation now.
Same with Jordans right now. बहुत सारे लोग Jordans खरीदे. It's not a cool thing anymore. It's a cool thing, but
It's
अच्छा,
like
have they come up with something that more people can buy? Like वो price range
no,
में?
but it's found a new market.
Yeah.
It's like products find a new market. Jordans were always big, but sneakerhead thing is a big deal in the US. But then trends travel, with immigrants, people who have cousins coming over, stuff like that. You want to feel like you're belonging in some other part. Your identity has something else to reflect. And that is how organizations find new markets.
Right
like
now-
अपने इधर अभी sneaker head का वगैरह idea आ रहा है कि where you will have international school students talking about what brands you're wearing, what are you. It's recent now.
right now the only unique thing about me is that I'm a comedian, जो अभी तक normalize नहीं हुआ है.
Oh yeah, so it's just something that travels in that manner, For example, that's why when it comes to movies, you see there's so much willing censorship that is done in movies and on OTTs also. Like there are some scenes with The Boys बोल के एक show है, Amazon Prime पे आता है, which is way out there in terms of the content. It's graphic, it's violent, but it's like a comic book, R-rated comic book thing. And it's censored in places. where अपने इधर या फिर किधर और when it comes to Hollywood movies, things about China and whatnot, they'll cut out. Why? Because it's a new market now, where people are just ready to afford and buy Nike वगैरह. तो अपन ये नहीं कर सकते. It happened with NBA, where the NBA organization in the US, उसका कोई तो one of the functionaries, directors said something about the Chinese government ka kuch to.
Yes.
And then he had to come and say I'm
I
sorry, I
apologize,
apologize, because otherwise the company is like, bro, it's a huge 1.2 billion market of people and you're fucking up the product. So that's where the opinion or iska ये भी पता चलता है ना.
लास्ट ईयर ये जॉन सीना कुछ तो चाइनीज में अपॉलॉजी किया था.
हाँ, वो फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस का वक्त apologize किया, because he referred to Taiwan as Taiwan, and that's why he had to apologize, because the Chinese state media does not recognize Taiwan
as Taiwan,
and they are like, this
that's
is ours.
Mad power. That is mad power. हमारे
John Cena is the guy who sounds like someone who will say speak in English. Chinese में.
But dude, fucking imagine तुमको धंधे के वजह से झूठ बोलना पड़ रहा है, अपने morals compromise करने पड़ रहे हैं.
That's always been
है ना.
That's always been the case. It's just apparent now.
It just I'm still baffled by it. I'm just like,
it's
but that is the leverage of business, ना.
not
अगर
just
कोई boardroom वगैरह में बैठा है, the guy who has the leverage can say whatever you fucking want.
I think I'm surprised
shows
by
what the leverage is at a
what
global
you're
level.
compromising about. Like, Taiwan, China, I'm just like, this is high stakes. This is like थोड़ा तो खटकेगा करने टाइम पे.
हाँ, of course. वो compromise उसको करना ही पड़ेगा.
just see
but the
the
thing is, business के मामले में it's not
millions of dollars in merchandise checks that you're getting, and you're like, cool, man, I'll call it.
ये तो before their policy of before China made it very clear as per policy कि ये सब नहीं चाहिए वगैरह, उसके पहले Hollywood scripts would get doctored.
इंडिया में भी होता है. इंडिया में
हर जगह पे.
We see a very censored version of a lot of other things that are being
even online.
ये scripts will go to legal teams, scripts will go to people कि okay, how will this look, इसका repercussions क्या रहेगा before thinking of
stream करने की नहीं.
हाँ, but some of
greenlight करने की.
But some of it is pretty dumb, like very dumb, where it almost makes me feel like I'm not being treated like an adult now, with the way you're censoring stuff. Like दारू का bottle pixelate करता है dude movie में. जेम्स बॉन्ड का मूवी में दारू का बॉटल पिक्सेलेटेड था, ड्रिंक ग्लास का पिक्सेलेटेड था.
अगर तुम्हें सरगेट एडवर्टाइजिंग अलाउड है तो तुम एक्चुअली दारू क्यों नहीं एडवर्टाइज कर सकते? मेरे को अभी भी लॉजिक नहीं समझ रहा है.
The moral take when it comes to law and order.
कर सकते हैं, या फिर पहले
सिगरेट पी सकते थे, मूवी में थप्पड़ मार रहे औरतों को. But
cigarette was also allowed at one point of time. Cigarette was still allowed. Like you saw advertisements of cigarettes in like 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah. चार मीनार वगैरह ये सब का पेंटिंग वगैरह होता था, बिलबोर्ड सब लगता था. जैकी श्रॉफ वाज वन ऑफ द पीपल हु वाज द स्पोक्सपर्सन नहीं बोल सकते, बट वही व्हाटएवर. हाँ, ब्रांड एम्बेसडर,
चीफ स्मोकर.
हाँ, ऑफ लाइक ये तो वैसा सब सिगरेट वगैरह अलाउड. सिगरेट to the extent that big tobacco had it over alcohol, because alcohol at one point of time was prohibited. Alcohol as a product has undergone various stages of prohibition. In the US there was a huge chunk of time where it was illegal to have alcohol.
Consume or keep?
Consume, keep, sell, whatever. Bars did not exist.
That's where the mafia came into prominence.
हाँ, like Al Capone वगैरह का time पे the biggest smuggling thing that he used to do was whiskey. We used to get it from Canada to New York and then down to Chicago. वो trail चलता था उसका. So alcohol has undergone prohibition all the time. But when alcohol was being spoken about in a prohibitive manner, big tobacco had full leeway. Where doctors were selling it, dude. Like people at one point of time, doctors were telling this helps with asthma.
Really?
Yes. There were legit doctors with stethoscopes saying I prescribe Camel Lights for asthma.
Even 30s का ऐसा print ad वगैरह भी दिखेगा कि codeine या cocaine have 2 drops and then you can work all day and whatnot.
ऐसा laudanum वगैरह मिलता था.
हाँ, yes. Cocaine water type.
कोका-कोला में होता था ना cocaine?
Yeah.
Opiates in water and whatnot they used to mix.
What a weird time to exist, man. All the drugs are not there.
कुछ पता ही नहीं है ना लोगों को. They have no clue what it is.
And it's a weird thing. Like, you see a difference happening now where people are talking about weed and stuff like that. Jada, it's getting legalized in places. But I've always found it very confusing to have it illegal in India. I've found it very funny. Like, because if anything, you go to look at the way the words came, they came from Sanskrit apparently. I had no idea. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, if we started it, we are not making it legal.
Isn't that the argument कि US ने ban किया, so we were cornered into banning it?
हाँ, because of Mr. Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy Reagan, who said, "Say no to drugs." She had that line. My God.
Say no to drugs.
At the same time, you're selling all sorts of things in Latin America and creating narco economies and shit like that.
The number of times I've been told, smoke up, you will feel better. I'm just like, here, do if you want, I don't care. But I know how angry and hateful I am.
Yeah.
And I don't want to live that way in slow motion. That's my only argument. Dude, I just look at people, I'm like, bhadwa madachot, train mein joote pehen ke ja. There is no argument to, there's no reason to get angry at someone. I just look at someone and I hate them and I'm like, ye mere ko slow motion mein to pakka nahi jeena hai.
Yeah.
Like, feel this twice or thrice and just...
No, but sometimes you're just looking in the wrong place then. It's just looking, you have dusra khidki to open. Just look at the dusra khidki where you don't look at the hatred and whatnot gets managed.
I know my range of emotions and none of them are worth being lived in slow motion. That's how I look at it. I'm just like...
CBD is good though.
CBD is good.
That is something that I look forward to. That is something that I want, like, available.
You can get CBD prescriptions.
Haan.
India mein milta hai.
That is it. Back pain. I got the answer to that.
Yes.
I have cultivated this pain now in order to...
Gaurav पूरा पैसा भी jet ski में डालेगा कि उसके back की guard लगे.
He's a cheesehead, but he deserves all the prescriptions we can give. Alright, just hop him up on everything.
ऐसा तो सब ड्रग्स का मैं कल ही देख रहा था कोई तो नेटफ्लिक्स पर डॉक्यूमेंट्री आई है पता नहीं ऑन LSD and psychedelics how they can help cure mental trauma and mental health.
PTSD
there are some signs.
कंजर्वेटिव लोग का हमेशा आर्गुमेंट यही रहेगा ना, ये चर्सी लोग कुछ भी एक्सक्यूज ढूंढते हैं ड्रग्स करने के लिए.
हाँ, पर अभी तेरा चर्सी के पास PhD है dude. The guy who's...
हम ये सब में नहीं मानते, ये सब फेक न्यूज़ है. ये पेपर डॉक्टर्ड है. वो लोग काफ़ी कन्वीनियंटली जब ये खुद न्यूज़ कंज्यूम करे, ये दिस इज राइट, व्हाट अर्नब इज सेइंग इज राइट, बट अ PhD फ्रॉम हार्वर्ड ये झूठ बोलते हैं. चर्सी लोग उधर जाके बिगड़ गए, सेक्स करते हैं, पता है क्या ये लोग, जस्ट ऑल द बैड आर्गुमेंट्स.
तो एक चीज किया है, उसके साथ तेरा पूरा गैलेक्सी आ गया ऑफ बैड चॉइसेस एंड डिसीजंस, which is just an assumption that needs to be
you're caught watching porn in 6th standard and you're just a mess for life.
To hamesha you can't lock your door forever now.
Yes.
Throughout your teenage years you cannot be alone.
Yes, anything that you do, वो होता है ना, माँ बाप ने एक बार दारू पीते हुए पकड़ लिया, फिर रोज घर पे आने के बाद मेरे साथ कभी नहीं हुआ, बट आई हैड फ्रेंड्स दे आर लाइक माँ मुंह सूंघती है. आई एम लाइक छी क्या गंदी माँ है तेरी, yuck, what is up with you man?
I have a friend, okay, a Shetty friend, close friend of mine. He the neighbors का चाबी रखता है ना, सामान कभी कभी रखता है, शिफ्ट करने का रहेगा वगैरह. तो ये रात को ऐसा उठ के 8वीं में या नहीं ऐसा 4थी में 5वीं में नहीं 8वीं में था, 7वीं 8वीं में था, एंड ही इज गॉटन अप इन द मिडल ऑफ द नाइट एंड ही इज गॉन टू द फ्रिज. ओके, सो तभी वो नेबर का बियर भी रखा था. सो आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी ही लाइक सेड कि चल आई विल ट्राई इट, ऐसा करके he opened it, he took a couple of sips and his mom came, and the moment the mom saw him, what was her reaction? Is this why you're getting fat? Is this why are you drinking every time? And he's like, dude, this is the first time I tried it. And what is this? Is this why you're getting fat?
Yeah.
Like, how much would I have to drink to get a beer belly in 7th standard? Can you imagine?
If you are caught doing something for the first time, they just assume कि तुम बहुत टाइम से कर रहे हो और हमने तुमको पकड़ा नहीं है.
हाँ, मैं बोला dude 16 साल का है मैं कितना साल से पी रहा तेरे को लग रहा है.
My mom once saw hickey on me and she's like, मेरे को पता जब भी तू बैंड्रा जाता है ना, तू हिक्की के साथ आता है. And I'm like, मैं रोज बैंड्रा जाता हूँ and I wish I was having as much sex as you think I'm having, man. I really wish.
This is a legit bruise. I took
dude.
the fast train.
या मैं लोकल ट्रेन से उतरने का ट्राई किया, कोई तो बैग खींचा, मलाड पे उतरने नहीं मिलेगा. This is not a hickey, man.
This was violence against me.
Yeah, like mom, you think my social life is really good?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not. It's
Mom,
not.
only you love me a lot. The world hates
Oh,
me.
dude.
Hates the shit out of me.
Also, you also love me that much that you won't give me a hickey. So there is
Yeah.
no way. This is a real hickey, man.
Oh, there is a very. It's a very small, young part of you that gets excited about hickeys.
I
Then
always
you
hated
grow
it.
up and you're like, oh, this is an inconvenience now.
I'm
Cause
just like, क्या है यार ये?
हाँ,
This is disgusting.
Like I'm like just telling people like I had sex. I don't want that fucking thing
No,
shown.
one
like,
तो एक तो I had sex is just separate. I'm like, किसी का भी neck ऐसे नहीं दिखना चाहिए.
Yeah.
Like you tried to fuck a wolf yesterday out of desperation.
Yeah, I try to eat your
Yeah,
neck
yeah.
out.
Yeah, just don't. I'm not a territory. Stop marking me.
Yeah, it is that. It is that also.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is
just
a-
like, don't mark it. I don't like it. Because the thing is, I like roaming around shirtless in my house, in my room, whatever.
Huh.
And I can't do that then.
Yeah.
Because then my parents are, and my parents have seen hickeys on me.
So a woman had sex with you and now you have to cover up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, can you imagine? मैं घर पे boxers में और सिर्फ दुपट्टा डाल के घूम रहा हूँ. Mom is like, क्या किया? I'm like,
The moment she asks the question, you use it to cover yourself
yeah.
up
Also,
even more.
no men's clothing can fucking hide a hickey.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need to wear a turtleneck
Because-
in Mumbai.
Because
Yeah,
it's
dude.
made to show off. Men's clothing was made to show off hickeys.
Yeah. Women always, like, if a woman has a hickey, she can always fall back on the conservative dressing
Scarf.
and be like, yeah,
Because,
Easiest.
yes.
Scarf, dupatta, सब कुछ.
Can you
Whatever
imagine
goes
अगर
around the
मैं
neck.
ऐसा और ऊपर से हुडी पहन के घूम रहा हूँ, people will be like,
T-shirt. You have nothing. You
Yeah.
have no collar, nothing. Your neck is
But
exposed.
then there's that new thing,
What?
under the neck.
What the fuck is that?
I'll give you hickeys under the neck where people can't see on the chest and
that's like a person who's physically abusing you. Like,
yeah,
same
just
logic.
like I'll give
Yeah.
it to you in places where it's not outright visible if you wear anything.
See, I don't want it to hurt when I'm taking a shower. Basically that. कि मतलब shower के नीचे खड़ा रह के साबुन लगा रहा ऐसा नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. That is it.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, the pain is not going to make me happy. That, you know, like, oh yeah, it hurts when water hits it.
I've done this twice, thrice. When someone's giving a hickey, I just shout कि दुख रहा है, like and they just stop. I'm like, I'm out, man. अभी तुम नहीं देख सकते.
It's like
Because-
they're punching housey tickets on you.
That is what it is like.
Also, I don't want to be that person. ए मत दे मम्मी को दिखता है. I'm 27.
Yeah, how do you say it? Yeah.
It's not even about that. The thing is, it happens so because I stay with parents. I end up with people who have moved to Bombay, so they have their own space. So if I give them a hickey, there's nobody questioning them.
Got
But
it.
if I get a hickey,
I have people who will be
Yeah.
like, hey, that's new thing on your body, dude.
yeah, ये सुबह घर से जाते टाइम पे नहीं था.
नहीं था.
और आज का शो कैंसिल हुआ था ना, तो तू 8 बजे से 11 बजे तक किधर था? And I have to be like, dude. Also the thing is, me and my parents are super chill, so they keep checking my bag and shit. They've seen condoms. So now I can't even, ये रेलवे का excuse मैं नहीं दे सकता, even if it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
मैं अगर सच्ची का कोई धक्का दिया ट्रेन से, they will still be like, हाँ इसने सेक्स ही किया.
Yeah, मतलब वो बंदे ने धक्का दिया
हाँ.
and then on the platform
मैं
he had sex
रात
with
को
her.
एक्टिव वाले के waffle खाने जाऊँ, my mom will be like, कहाँ जा रहा है? It's like waffle खाने. She's like, अभी उसको waffle बुलाता है तू? Just say any fucking dirty joke. Just they won't buy
उसको waffle का.
Anything you like is equated to
Sex, yes.
sex. Like,
I
I
just-
can't enjoy anything.
I can't have a civil life जहाँ पे मुझे खाने के बाद dessert का भूख लगता
हाँ,
है.
I can enjoy multiple things in life. नहीं.
Yeah, it's
हवस
always
का
like,
पुजारी, that is
हाँ,
it.
इसको रात को सेक्स किए बिना नींद नहीं आती है. ये एक्टिवा लेके पता नहीं किधर जाता है रात को. And I hate it, man.
Your mom is just imagining you riding your Activa around truck stops and whatnot.
रात को
दो goods carrier के बीच में
कोई
Activa खड़ा किया है.
मैं घर से पेट्रोल के लिए छुट्टे लेके जा रहा हूँ. My mom is like 150 रुपया 50 उसके लिए चाहिए तेरे को. There is no argument, dude.
Yeah, there is nothing.
It's the worst to have chill parents who just come and confront you. If
Yeah.
there is hush hush about it, you can still live and be like, पता है मैं sex करता हूँ, but we don't discuss it.
Yeah.
My parents are chill. My parents come and discuss things with me that have protected sex, don't get people pregnant, open relationships might not work out, you might end up hurting people, you'll end up hurting. ये अभी 2-3 हफ्ते पहले मैंने मेरी माँ से discuss किया. They are too chill about this. And now I'm being conservative and I'm like, मत discuss
I
करो
don't
ये
want
सब
to
मेरे
discuss so
साथ.
much.
Yeah, don't.
Because you want to keep that as a point of reference for you.
Yeah.
That is what.
I'm just like, this is my life to figure out. I'll figure out if I'm in trouble, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
Don't sit me down and explain things.
Yeah.
Because it gets awkward. I don't look at you that way.
हाँ.
You're not my. अगर मेरा बाप कल मेरे को आके बोलेगा मेंथोल सिगरेट मत पी, इससे स्पर्म काउंट कम होता है, I'll be like, get the fuck out of here.
ये क्यों बात कर रहा है?
Yes.
तू माचिस फेंक ना मेरे पे, जला खुद को, चलेगा.
I don't smoke with my because of this reason. I'm like, I don't want to have this discussion.
Yeah. It's
मेरा
not.
बाप बोलेगा मालपुर डबल बस मत पी, तेरे को लड़का पैदा नहीं होएगा. Just no.
We want grandchildren. अरे come on, stop this.
Sperm count वाला चीज ना, कल मैं चाइनीज खाना खा रहा था और चिकन गार्लिक ऑर्डर किया and that is a dish with literally this of garlic, cloves of garlic in it. तो गार्लिक नहीं खाया. The guy who served me the dish is like, सर खाया नहीं आपने गार्लिक? Like, नहीं खाया, पसंद नहीं है. Like, आपको मालूम नहीं गार्लिक से क्या होता है? अरे स्पर्म काउंट बढ़ता है खाने का.
What?
He's like,
Like a
sperm
random
count
dude.
बढ़ता है. Yeah, dude.
How is that going to
Did
play?
he say sperm count?
Yeah.
Oh.
He didn't say sperm count. He's like, इससे ताकत बढ़ता है. That's
Maybe
all.
ताकत. He
हाँ.
actually meant ताकत, man.
Oh, अच्छा.
Yeah, that's also
Who
possible.
knows? Maybe you just watched a bit of
Yeah.
porn before you went to eat something.
Yeah, dude.
And now you know what your mom's thing about you is actually applicable to this fucker
Yeah.
right here. Like this guy is always thinking about
150 रुपए
sex.
लेके Chinese खाने जा रहा है.
Oh,
People
man.
have all these metaphors. एक
No.
इससे तुम
Wait.
ज़्यादा मर्द बनोगे.
Yeah.
He actually meant sexual ताकत
How do you know that?
because his face was that way. हाँ.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, acha, he had
Yeah,
that,
yeah, he
like
had
a
that.
slide
हाँ,
to
हाँ.
it.
Like he winked
Got
and
it.
all. He.
Yeah. Sir, खाने का ना.
That is, I think, the takeaway from this episode. If anything.
लहसुन खाओ.
Yeah.
लहसुन.
I think that is what you get from this. You know, if you want to ensure that your lineage just goes
तुम
and
लोगों को
fuck-
मैं रैंडम एक एपिसोड में ऐसे इधर लहसुन पड़ा रहने देना चाहिए. Just let it be there for 1 hour.
just keep it in the frame somewhere.
फुल ऐसा टॉक्सिक कपड़ा पहन के मैं मर दे और ऐसा लहसुन पड़ा है इधर.
Oh god, damn dude. But really, this brings us. We'll wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a
It's
fun
been-
episode.
We have been speaking for a long amount of time. I mean, we've spoken about pornography, garlic, and everything else in between. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This brings us to the end of this particular episode. Please do follow Masoom Rajwani on Instagram. Why? Because he shares his live show posters and dates over there. You can book his tickets and go check out some decent stand-up. All right, that is the only transaction he wants with you. Otherwise, he hates everybody. All right, he's pretty clear about that. And
मेरे शो पे आएगा तो गार्लिक मिलेगा.
हाँ.
With no dirty.
With no sly expression attached to it. You just get it. And do like, share, and subscribe. If you found this conversation funny, share it with your friends. That's it. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry.